All right, hi everybody. Welcome to the Flounder Pondcast. This is episode 6 or 7 or some shit like that. Elka and Avgust were supposed to figure out a guest for this episode, but they didn't. So that's just, we're not having a guest, so it's just going to be us. Should be pretty cool. I'm going to be having to invite them here, so give me one moment. However, I'm excited to announce we have a brand new sponsor for today's episode. This episode is sponsored by Titan, worldwide leaders in deep sea exploration, which is awesome news. Private deep sea exploration, I should clarify. I gotta find Avgust's stupid ass Twitter name. Oh, that's him? Okay. I didn't realize this was even him, to be honest. But yeah, this episode brought to you by Titan. I forgot to update that shit again. God damn it. I fucking suck at this. I'm so goddamn bad at this stuff. Whatever. I'll figure it out some other time. Avgust and Elka should be joining shortly, I believe. I just sent the link over to them. Anyways, I hope everybody's having a wonderful day. We've got an incredible program lined up for everybody. A lot to talk about.
Hi.
Hi everybody, Elka and Avgust are here. Who's on your, is that a Wayne coin on your shirt?
Yes, it is Wayne coin on my shirt.
Damn, that's crazy.
I've seen the Flaming Lips twice in concert. This is from the first time I saw them.
I've heard they're an amazing show.
Oh, like genuinely, like you need to see them before you die. Even if you like heard the music before, like if they're in your city or like somewhere nearby, you need to go see them.
I do like their music actually.
Oh, great. Well, no, they're super good. I saw them in. Well, I feel like
That's how I recognize the guy, believe it or not.
Yeah. Yes. Okay. Yes. I'm putting that together. Thank you. No, but like, well, I guess most people, I'm like, oh, the Flaming Lips. They don't really know them, so I always like assume that anyway. It's like my knee-jerk reaction to assume that people don't know the Flaming Lips. No, but I saw them in Madison like last year, and they were awesome. I saw them in Milwaukee a couple weeks ago, and it was like a strong contender for one of the best concerts I've ever been to. So like, and like tickets are like never that expensive. They're like $50 or less usually.
Oh, that's not bad at all.
Yeah, no, and it's so good.
Especially for a band that popular, you know, who are like known for putting on great live shows.
Mm-hmm. No, like they played for like 3.5 hours or something.
Oh wow.
Maybe it was 3, but they did like in Milwaukee. They had like 2 sets. And the first set they just played the entire album, Yoshimi Battles the Pink Robots, like all the way through. And then the second set was just like other songs and stuff. Mm-hmm. But it was crazy.
Yo, that's sick. Yeah, what do you guys think about? I was telling them, don't worry about it, whatever. What do you guys think about live music? Do you guys like live music?
I like live music.
Yeah, I'm a fan, yeah.
What's like the best shows y'all have been to?
The best show for me was probably 100 Gex.
That's the best. All right, no,
it was so fun. You don't get it. It went so hard.
What's the crowd like at a 100 Gex show?
Fucking weird. I was there.
Yeah, it was, well, didn't you like leave early or whatever?
Well, I didn't leave. I was, okay, I was like
there's
not.
Like some, I don't know, there's like something.
Yeah, no, it was like I was in the pit. And then the coat check was like full, and so I had like my coat with me, and there's all these like sweaty weirdos like moshing, and I was like, I don't need to be here. So then I just kind of got out of the pit, and I was kind of like standing in like I don't know, the area surrounding the pit. And I just watched from there, and I had a perfectly good time. And then me and like one of our other friends left before the encore. We like they would finish the show, and we're like, all right, let's get out of here. But yeah, no, like it was a decent show.
I really liked the mosh at that concert. It was just like a good vibe. Like, I don't know. I don't like when moshes get like too heavy-handed because then
see now that's interesting that you say that mosh wasn't heavy-handed.
No, okay, it wasn't though. Like it was fine. Like I felt like people were like looking out for each other. But sometimes moshes are just like, a bunch of like really tall, like muscular like guys, and it's like, okay, like.
It's hot.
No. But I think the reason that the mosh at the 100 Hertz concert wasn't so intimidating to me physically is because a lot of the people who listen to 100 Hertz are incels and not muscular at all.
I'd imagine the girls are bigger than a lot of the guys at these concerts.
Hey, this may be true. No, I will say, yeah, like mosh pits at like rock or like punk shows that I've been to have been gross and bad because this is like millennials trying to hurt each other, and it's not fun. But I think moshes at like rap concerts are really. Which brings me to the best concert I've ever been to is probably I saw Tyler the Creator, like 2 years ago.
Dude, I love his music. He's so good.
Oh yeah. No, he's definitely one of my favorites, which was like it's really cool to see. Like he's probably one of like usually when I go to concerts, it's kind of like, oh yeah, fuck it, like I'll go. Like I've been to some good shows, but like I don't really know their songs. And that was like one of the only concerts I've been to where like I actually knew every song.
Mm-hmm.
And I got like I was like right at the barrier, so I was like right at the front, and so that was an amazing experience.
No, that's sick. So that'd be right after like was it the Call Me If You Get Lost tour, I guess?
Yeah.
Yeah. That album's fucking really good.
Mm-hmm.
I thought for some reason I thought Tyler the Creator made like weirdo stuff until I started listening to his couple of most recent albums. I'm like, damn, this is some conscious ass hip hop right here. This guy's in touch with his emotions, you know.
He definitely used to make like weirdo like edgy music. Like, oh, I'm so dark, and my dad left me when I was a kid. Now I'm I'm emo or whatever. And then he just makes songs about like I don't know, like there's. Oh my gosh! There's just a lot of like really try hard like edgy lyrics. Some of it's good, some of it's not. Like there's a song called "She" about like it's like one of the more popular ones, and he performed it at the show because it's about like his character, like being in love with this girl, but then he like just like stalks her and like wants to like kill
we've all been there.
And like kill her and like have sex with her dead body, and it's like heavy, but it's like okay, it's like a pretty like good song, even though it's like dark. But some of it's like, some of it's like just like this stupid edgy. It's like, oh, rape a pregnant bitch and tell my friends I had a threesome, and it's like, okay, dude.
Yeah, no, I was with him up until the having sex with the dead body part. I mean, that's
like stalking a girl, watching her through the window, like killing her, fine. Sex with dead body. Nah.
No, we don't condone necrophilia on this podcast. Murder of women is awesome, but
taking a hard stance, and you know where the line is,
Yeah, no, I mean I'll say some funny stuff, but I don't think necrophilia is funny. What's wrong with necrophilia? There's nothing wrong with it.
What?
Who does that hurt?
It's so weird.
It's like desecration of a dead body.
Yeah, it's like that, like their soul, and they're like.
Well, I don't believe in souls.
Well, that's your problem.
Whatever. Flounder, I was thinking, independent of this discussion, I was thinking that it'd be really cool if you converted to like Eastern Orthodoxy or something, or like Islam.
That could be cool. Maybe a religion could give me like some like meaning for life.
I think it would. I think that could be your new bit.
Because I'm like super religious secretly.
No, I think you have to stay away from something like Catholicism. I feel like the whole Catholic guilt thing would really get to you. Just based on your personality, I think you'd find the Catholic Church to be too much.
Yeah, my dad was raised Catholic. Maybe that's why I feel guilt and shame so strongly.
Was he done with Catholicism by the time like you came around?
Yeah, he converted to my mom's religion. I think she's a Presbyterian, maybe.
No, yeah.
What?
Yeah, I would go for that.
I don't know. I don't know anything about Presbyterians.
They're like.
Dude, I don't think my mom does either.
Yeah, I mean, most don't. I think they're like loosely like related to Calvinism or something.
Sure, I'm the one who was raised Protestant, and I have no idea. I also don't really care.
Yeah, it might be related to baptism. I think they both have like a strong Southern presence.
Oh, sure, yeah.
But I don't know that for sure.
I think my grandpa was Presbyterian for a while, and that he was Presbyterian because he was like poor and they moved around a lot, and so they just like converted to whatever like Protestant church was like closest to their house. So, which is kind of based. I think that's kind of funny.
No, there's nothing wrong with that at all.
Yeah. So I know he was Methodist for a while. I know he was Presbyterian for a while, and then at some point he married my grandma, and he was like, "All right, I guess I'm Catholic now."
So were you? There's probably like a lot of like Lutheran churches around y'all, right? Or is that even more north?
No, there's one downtown.
Yeah,
I can think of I don't know, maybe 2 that are like not in the immediate downtown area, but like there's definitely Lutherans here.
Yeah. Yeah, that's like the original Protestant, because that's Martin Luther. You know, he nailed the 95
Yeah.
Yep.
protests or something.
Theses, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, way to show me up, man.
Idiot.
On my own fucking podcast.
You should have known theology was on the docket today.
Yeah.
No, but I feel like it's boring to be Christian. Like, maybe, like, Muslim would be good.
I think you think that it's boring to be Christian because it's like it's like the status quo in America.
Yeah, that is why I think that.
Okay.
No, but I think like an interesting like spin on like, you know, Christianity would be like, you know, Byzantine Catholic or, you know, something like that. That'd be fun. You know, Andy Warhol was a Byzantine Catholic.
Oh, really?
What?
What the hell is a Byzantine Catholic?
They follow like the like old Byzantine traditions, like old.
Huh.
Like they're
fun.
like basically like Eastern Orthodox, but
Oh, they're like the
Catholic.
old religion people in Russia.
Yeah, kind of like that. Yeah.
Both Catholicism.
Yeah.
Okay, what is that called in Russian? Doesn't matter.
It's like Star Fury, like old.
Yes, yeah. Okay.
What did Andy Warhol look like?
He was like kind of an Ujo. I don't know.
Oh, he what? Wait. Okay,
Oh, this guy's got a crazy hair thing going on.
It was a way.
What is going on with this dude? I never got Andy Warhol. I don't know why people liked his paintings of Kansas soup.
Oh, he is kind of ugly. Yeah. I don't know. I think, yeah, he's a bit of a hack. Not gonna lie. Like I don't know, from like the aesthetic perspective, like okay, I guess it's like stuff like. Yeah, like it looks like the Marilyn Monroe, like, you know, the famous Marilyn Monroe thing. Like, yeah, like it looks neat and like, you know, but there's like zero effort or like creativity that really went into that. You know what I mean? So like, it's kind of fun to look at, but should it be in a museum? Like, I don't know. It feels like something you'd buy at Target, which I guess you probably can buy like a print of that at Target.
Yeah.
I'm sure you can. I mean, I guess part of it is it's before like the photocopier was a thing, so you couldn't just like easily change colors on stuff back then.
Oh yeah, okay, fair enough. We're disparaging Andy Warhol, and I have Andy Warhol on my wall.
The Velvet Underground cover.
I was gonna say he's cool by me because he sponsored the Velvet Underground.
Which, yeah, that's fucking fair enough, dude. Like, that's cool. I think, and I do think like the Velvet Underground and Nico cover does look good. And I think the whole like the what was it, like the peel and see or whatever, like on the original vinyls, like the like could peel the banana back, and I think it was like a flesh banana or something. It was like a weird looking banana on the inside. Like that's all cool. So like I guess I can't trash him that much because there is at least one Andy Warhol artwork that I really do enjoy.
Yeah, let me look at this cover. So on the vinyl covers, you can actually peel something.
I don't know.
I assumed it was a dick joke, like suck it and see, like the Arctic Monkeys.
Yeah, I know on the original you could actually peel back it was like a sticker or something like that. You could actually peel back the banana and there'd be like, I think it was ultimately a dick joke. Like I'm pretty sure like the flesh of the banana was like penis colored instead of like the ordinary, you know, yellowish white of a banana. But on if you like go to a record store right now and like find the Velvet Underground and Nico, I don't know if it'll be like peelable or not. I don't think so.
Yeah, that would make sense.
Yeah, it's kind of too bad because it's kind of cool, but oh well.
It's a pretty good album.
It is. Yeah, I do really like. I really like it.
I like Heroin.
Yeah, I cannot name a single song off that album. I've listened to it like maybe once or twice, and I was like, oh, this is really good. But I never bothered to find out what any of the songs are called.
And now you have it hung on your wall.
Yeah, well, because it looks good. First of all, and it is like I do like it.
He's a phony. He's a
Shut the
hack.
I didn't say that. I'm just asking questions. I didn't say anything about phonies or hacks or anything.
I thought it looked good with my other decor.
Yeah, no, the color. I wish you could see Avdu's living room. I say this
I
every
could
time
I
go
could
to
like
his living room.
I could turn around the camera.
The color aesthetic and like everything in his living room is like so nice.
Really?
Yeah, I remember I had one of my friends over, and she said that like she's a little scared of me because she comes to my apartment and she feels like I'm Patrick Bateman, and like how specific my taste is, and like
it's like so well decorated. I don't know.
Thank you.
Have you seen the TikTok of the guy making his bed every morning and he like steams all his sheets and like steams his cover every single morning?
Who has time for that?
No, he's like spraying fragrances on his bed and he like steams his pillowcase. It's really weird. I don't know, it's just something he does.
When does he wake up where he's like, I'm gonna have time to like get up, get dressed, shower, eat breakfast, maybe he goes to the gym, maybe he doesn't in the morning. And also, I'm gonna go steam my sheets.
It could just be a bit for the TikTok, in fairness.
Could be.
He might also just be a super high agency guy. I mean, I spend like 45 minutes looking at my phone in the bed pretty much every morning.
I get that.
I don't know where you guys clock in on that one.
No, I'm trying to do it less and less. I'm trying to like wean myself off of that, but like I'm still waking up and like I'll check my phone and it's like, oh, I've got a text or something. I'll like respond to the text or the message or whatever. Someone said something in a group chat, I'll go look at that, and it's like I'm on my phone, and it's like, well, maybe I'll stick around for a little while longer, and I don't know, go on Twitter. I'm back on Twitter now. Yay!
I know, it's exciting.
Yeah, Elka's off. I got back on Twitter, and then within a day, Elka got off Twitter. So
no, okay. What happened is last night I like woke up at 3 a.m. and I was like having this like crisis about like my future and like being productive and stuff, and so I was like, okay, I gotta like get my shit together, just like not be on Twitter.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would make sense if you're gonna like, be productive and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, no. The only reason I got back on is because one of our friends, who we should have him on the podcast, honestly, but one of our Braden. We totally have to. He was like, we were like out with him and like at a bar, and then he kept on just having zingers. Like he was hilarious.
The thing with Braden is that like he'll make like an off-color joke about something, and like if it was Afterstory, like you can tell that we're joking, but with him it's like you genuinely don't know if he's being serious with some of the shit. It's like, oh my god. But he's a funny guy.
Also, he's on Twitter right now as we're talking to him. He's like,
wait, Flounder?
Well, yeah, you responded to my tweet yesterday, but I didn't know it was you, so I just ignored it.
As like you're talking to him about our friends, I get a notification on my phone, liked by Flounder. It's like, oh, okay.
I'm listening. I'm totally listening.
No, Braden, he's off-color humor. You can never tell if he's joking or not, but he's genuinely a very funny guy. I just banger after banger last night.
Fair enough.
I listened to all sorts of shit.
We were like, Braden, you need to get on Twitter. Like, you got some bangers, and then he already had a Twitter account that he made in like November that he never touched ever again after he made it, and so he's like back on Twitter, like he's actually using Twitter, I think now. And I told him at the time, I was like, if you get on Twitter, I'll get back on Twitter, and so here I am. I'm gonna be so normal and way more funny on Twitter this time. I'm just gonna follow.
Here's a question for everybody. August, you tweeted, "The only way a man learns that violence is not always the answer is when a mosquito lands on his testicles." What did you mean by that?
Okay, right. So when you get a mosquito like on your arm, what do? You slap it, right? If there's a mosquito on your balls, like you're not gonna do that. Like, and so violence isn't always the answer. And so,
what is the solution if a mosquito's on your testicles? Just shake, I guess.
I gotta say, I've never been in a situation where a mosquito is on my testicles because I've like never been pantsless in a mosquito-y area.
How about like camping or like backpacking?
Yeah. I mean, like I've been camping and backpacking, but I'm never like nude long enough for I'm not like walking around naked or something like that while I'm backpacking or camping.
You don't sun your genitals?
I don't. I should maybe I should I've heard about, sunning your genitals, sunning your hole. I have not done that. But no, like while I'm backpacking or camping, but typically the only time my, genitals are exposed to like nature is when I'm like changing my underwear or I'm changing my pants. And so doesn't really give mosquitoes much opportunity to land on my testicles. I do know one guy who I was not at this with him, but he was camping and he was like making his own like I think he yeah no I think it was like he was like making his own like shelter like as a fun little thing. He did not bring a tent. He just had like he like made his own shelter to like sleep in for like a night or two. And over the course of like that weekend, he got like 40 some ticks that he found on his butt, which is a fucking ton. And one tick was on his penis.
Oh my God.
Which is disgusting. That's terrible. I've never gotten a tick in my life, thank God. I don't want Lyme's disease, also it's gross. And I've been backpacking like out in the middle of fucking nowhere. Still somehow never had a tick, which is very cool. But this guy, he just like went for a weekend, 40 some, I think it was like 42 ticks that he found. He counted them, found on his body over the course of like, I guess 2 total days because he like went on a Friday and came back on a Sunday. And yeah, one was on his genitals.
I thought you meant he found like 42 at once. Like he got home to shower and he found 42 on him. And I'm like, does this guy not have a sense of just like feeling?
Yeah, he's like driving home, he got covered in 42 ticks. Like, I feel like kind of sleepy, He's rapidly losing blood.
There's a Ween song called Tick. That's a really good song. Do y'all know Ween at all?
Not really.
They've also got a song called Flies on My Dick, now that I think about it.
Dude, that's awesome.
Yeah, it's a good song.
Yeah, no, I've never had any kind of bug on my genitals.
Yeah, I've had crabs. I haven't ever. If there's any females listening, I've never had crabs.
For all you femoids out there,
yeah,
my balls are clean.
Yeah. If the fans find out I have crabs, none of them are going to sleep with me, so you better not bring it up again, okay?
Well, isn't crabs curable? Is that one of the curable ones?
You can cure crabs, yeah.
Well, then maybe it's cured now.
Cure you are, medical miracle.
Yeah, look at you.
I have the first crabs that are resistant to curing. I've had them so many times. It's like an antibiotic resistance. I don't even know how you get crabs these days. I don't know how it keeps happening. I'm mad about it. It's fucked up. What's the most embarrassing STD to have these days?
Ooh, herpes.
You think herpes is worse than AIDS?
Can't get rid of it.
You can't get rid of
it.
No,
because AIDS is tragic. That's like, AIDS is tragic, it's like sad, it's hack. You know what I mean?
Like with herpes, it's like, okay, so like you just slept around. Like,
like herpes, like you're a little stupid, aren't you?
Yeah.
But then the thing is, I guess like maybe it's the same case with AIDS, but AIDS will kill you. Herpes won't. And then herpes you can't get rid of. Yeah. Like if you're like, oh, I got chlamydia, it's like, oh, that sucks. Like, haha, I got chlamydia, but like
you can get rid of it.
You can get rid of it.
Yeah.
Herpes. Oops.
Yeah. And there's like medication and stuff you can take that's like you're still stuck.
Yeah, like no, it's like have fun having sex with a condom on for the rest of your fucking life.
Yeah.
There's no reason for me to ever take my condom off. Why are people so obsessed with that?
Well, I mean, I think we've been over this. It's like look. Assuming that you and whoever you're having sex with, neither of you have STDs. I mean, do you really want to wear a condom?
Yes. If I'm not wearing a condom, I'm going to bust in like 3 seconds. It's embarrassing that way.
That'd be you.
Yeah, no, it's a me problem, sure, but...
Look, the more condomless sex you have, and the longer you'll be able to last, if you think about it. Like, you might disappoint a couple people, but by the 3rd person, 4th person, you're fine.
I'm lucky if I get one more. If It's pretty much over for me. Like I don't see myself ever having sex again. Like I don't think it's in the cards. I think I've done it my last time. You know.
Having sex.
What?
You said you're done having sex. I wouldn't write yourself off. Just yet.
I mean,
like a solid 20 more years before you're like, I'm definitely.
Oh yeah.
Like there's more sex in my future.
Yeah, I just don't see the stars aligning on that one. It's hard to envision the scenario.
What's your take on masturbation?
It's awesome. What's yours?
No, see, I was talking with Brayden about this.
God.
I don't know, like masturbation kind of sucks. I kind of just don't really enjoy it anymore.
Really?
Like when I was young and full of hormones, then like sure, but now I'm kind of like, I'd just rather be having sex. You know?
I mean, don't you have a girlfriend?
I don't have a girlfriend.
Oh, I thought you did.
Mm-mm.
Oh.
That's over as of like a couple months ago. Yeah, no agreement. But even like so like no like I'm not currently like having sex, but I don't want to fucking masturbate. This is like not that fun, and it's like kind of depressing.
There's like a deep sense of shame about it. I feel like.
Yeah, I finish and I'm like.
Okay,
what am I doing? You know what I mean?
Well, then you can just masturbate again to forget about that.
Well, I guess I could, but
as like a cycle. Like
yeah,
sort of become dependent on the practice, like the ritualistic viewing of pornography and masturbating.
Yeah,
to like solve all your emotional problems.
That's also a thing. I don't really like to watch porn, so I'm not like just constantly consuming porn. So it's kind of like if I'm ever like just like horny and I'm like, damn, you know, and then I'm like, oh, maybe I'll masturbate, but then I'm like, this sucks. So I've just been doing it less and less. It's just genuinely just like I'm just done with it. I don't know.
I want to note that whenever there's a guest on, this is like the point in the conversation they get to where they're like, "Oh, is this type of podcast?" I didn't realize this is what I was getting into. It's like right around here they have a realization of like, "Oh shit, okay."
Yeah, well, hey, no one can stop us. There's no woke mob to stop us talking about masturbation.
Literally.
I think the woke mob is pro masturbation.
I think no, they are. I think
pro female masturbation at least.
Unfortunately.
They're also pro porn and like sex work.
Unfortunately.
Yeah, so like they'll get shit.
It seems like I have a lot in common with the woke mob.
You will sleep in the pod. You will eat the bug. You will watch the porn.
Yeah.
What's your take, Elka, on masturbation?
I feel like, masturbation, it's kind of like what Oddface was saying. It's like, okay, like, it's kind of awkward, like, after, you're just kind of like, okay, like, what am I doing? Like,
yeah.
Deep sense of shame. Not the vibe, I would say. It's like fine. Like, it's like whatever.
Yeah, it's fine.
And I was like,
yeah.
I feel like, and also, not a fan of porn, so it's just kind of like, not for me. Yeah.
You souls are so young. It fills me with so much hope for the future.
No, but I mean, just like the right. Like, if you want to like masturbate with your imagination, like I still find it very depressing, but it's like it's fine, whatever. But also, like I don't know, like porn. Like I mean, it's like it's scientifically proven to like mess with your brain, right? Like, and there's so many people who get like, or specifically young men who get exposed to it so early. It's kind of an epidemic.
Well, I've heard the jury's still out on science. So, jot that one down.
All right, hey.
Science isn't real.
Yeah. So now we're the woke mob because we're saying believe the science.
I know. I mean, it's the same people telling you to get vaxxed, and like that's causing a bunch of people to die or something.
Yeah, it's something like that. I don't fucking know. I remember when I was getting like a medical checkup for like for our program this this coming fall. They want us to like fill like a basically a medical form saying that like you're healthy and like sane. I lied. And so my doctor was like, okay, like you're up to date on your vaccines, and she was like, oh, like she's like, yeah, like there's like a COVID vaccine, there's like a COVID booster you can get, and then she kind of looked at me and she was like, but you're fine. Yeah, dude, like that's right.
And I'm just like, booster, I hardly know her, you know?
Real.
That's what I'm saying.
Okay, also, speaking of sex and masturbation, we could turn to our, I think the first docket topic is celibacy.
Yeah.
Did you guys read the Weezer essay?
Shit, no, I forgot.
I've been really busy the past couple days. I've been on the grind. I'm sorry.
I give one fucking assignment to make the podcast more seamless.
Did you guys listen to the Fall Out Boy song?
I did, yeah.
Yeah, all right, well, looks like Elko dropped the ball on all accounts.
I've been working day in, day out. Got up at 5:30, this morning, just to hate, those extra couple hours, get on the grind.
Wasn't I? Wait, I'm trying to think of what was I doing yesterday, and I want to say I saw you, but I don't remember what I did yesterday. No, I did see you yesterday because we were at work.
Oh yeah.
Okay, fair enough. She was studying for the GRE.
Yeah.
She had something to do for at least for like an hour that I saw her. No, but
You work at a bar, right, August?
Right. So
you were studying for the GRE at a bar?
So we are also Russian tutors. We both tutor.
Oh, okay.
Actually, I was studying for the GRE while consuming a beer.
We were having like a group like tutoring like it wasn't like a tutoring session. It was like drop in like it's like a professor or like a TA's like drop in office hours.
Yeah.
It was like that. No one came. Which is probably good. We essentially just got paid to hang out for an hour, which is cool. And then we got beers while we were waiting for students to show up. So I guess she was drinking and studying for the GRE. I was working on stuff half the time, and another half the time I was just sticking around. But that is all to say, I guess she has some stuff to do.
No, that's awesome.
Possibly.
Yeah.
Yeah, celibacy. What about incels? How long do you have to go without having sex before you become an incel again?
I would argue that incel is a mindset.
I was gonna say the same thing. Yeah.
Okay.
It's not about how long, it's about how you perceive your lack of sex.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you're like fine with it, or it's like, it's like whatever, then you're not an incel. Or if, you're like looking for a serious relationship, whatever, it's just, that's life, whatever. But if you're like if you hate people, if you hate women because they won't
it's like
have sex
society's fault that you can't get pussy.
Yeah, then
dude.
It's like, okay, like chill,
That's such an insane mindset to me. How could anybody believe that? It's like, just lower your standards.
No, yeah, that's the thing, like low key, yeah. Because like if you wanna like have sex, like you can find someone, like
Yeah.
I'm not saying they'll be like creme de la creme, but like I
think that's a problem with a lot of like they do an unrealistic. Well, first of all, yes, like a lot of incels are like weird and like ugly, and then they set their standards too high, or like some incels, even if they're not ugly, because I know at least one like good-looking incel, but like if you just have like unrealistic or like if you say like unrealistic standards for women, then you're also like kind of fucking yourself over. You have to like be normal about it, but it's like people who like like incels also like maybe if they're like nice to someone, they like expect sex, or I don't know, there's like somehow socially maladjusted, and I don't know, I think it's a mindset more than anything. Like otherwise, if you're a normal like cool person and you're just like not having sex, like this is called a dry spell.
Yeah.
But if you're like, oh, women only want football players, and here I am, I don't fucking know. Women don't want me in my Lego sets or some shit. Then it's like, okay, dude.
I'm gonna go throw myself off the balcony.
I'm sorry. I
Just kidding.
have Legos.
I'm just kidding. Yeah, what about femcells? What's up with that?
Say what?
Oh,
What about femcells?
I feel like, okay, femcells, in contrast to incels, are not defined by, their lack of sex. I think it's more of a psychological thing. Like, there can be a femcel who, is having tons of sex, but, like, it's more about the emotional side of it.
I think femcells, more than anything, are characterized by self-destruction.
Yeah.
Like, they will deliberately self-sabotage, normal, healthy relationships, platonic or otherwise, or romantic in their lives because they cannot handle, having a normal romantic life. They don't think that they deserve a normal thing. If they're into someone, they get they're insane about it and weird about it and they're really obsessive. You can have I think there can be femcells who have sex. I think probably frequently they don't.
Yeah, I mean, the majority of femcells don't have sex, but yeah.
Yeah, it's entirely possible. You could have a femcell who is a cool person and she could get dudes if she wanted to, normal cool guys, but then she just can't help but self-sabotaging and being weird about her romantic life. And it's I think much more of a tragedy than an incel, because an incel is okay, loser, you know what I mean? But a femcell is you could be so normal, but you won't be.
Yeah. He's asleep.
No, I'm not asleep. I'm just thinking about something.
Oh, shit.
Okay. Are you good? Did something we said cut too deep?
No, I'm just fucking around. Fine.
I'm fine. I'm normal.
Yeah, I think Volcell's an interesting one. Guys who choose not to have sex. That's what the Weezer essay was about.
I don't get the point of that.
Well, it's alright, and if you had read the article, maybe you would have. So the point is, he's a young, successful musician, right? I mean, he's Weezer, so he's 5'5" or whatever. But he's got women still falling all over him.
Yeah.
And he starts treating them really badly, So he's basically can't find a relationship because he just is only fucking girls, basically. So he's has sex with them and just tosses them away,
The life of a rock star.
Yeah, exactly. It is the life of a rock star, but it makes them feel really bad inside. And eventually, part of it, and this is a small part, is there's a website formed by people he's made love to, who have all their stories they're sharing about him. And yeah, no, for real, this is all in the essay. It's an interesting essay. You should have read it.
I might read it now.
We could maybe go back in the interim while we're waiting skim it or something like that. I don't know.
But yeah, he's my relationship with women has been ruined by how I view them only as sexual objects, and I think the only way I can remedy that is abstaining from sex completely to see if that fixes my view of women going forward. So then he tries to be celibate as a rock star in America, and that's what most of the essay is about, is just how he goes to a party at the Playboy Mansion and he's sitting there drooling because he hasn't had sex in 2 years, and they're dancing around him, and he is about to he has a nocturnal emission at some point. I don't know, it's a cool essay. But yeah, I don't know, it's any addiction, right? You can get addicted to sex. Is abstinence from sex the solution to that, or is sex, should it always be a part of your life as an adult?
I don't know. I think there is something to be said for just needing to take some time for yourself, right? Maybe you got out of a bad relationship, or maybe you were the bad one in a relationship, and you need to take some time for yourself and not be involved with anyone. I get that, but at the same time, like if you meet someone who's like cool and like normal and you like want to be with them or like or you want to have sex with them, then it's like why deprive yourself? You know what I mean? Like I I kind of get it, but at the same time, it's like you don't have to. It's not that. It doesn't seem to me like there would be any situation where it's like that serious, where you're like, oh, I need to stop having sex or like being with anyone. Like I get wanting to work on yourself, but also like I don't know, like why would you deliberately be miserable and like alone if you know like and instead of like being with like a cool normal person, should you meet them?
Well, and that's, like the Buddhists, monks, they have to abstain from any form of sexual activity, in pursuit of enlightenment. And part of that is they say, like, desire is the root of all suffering, So they say if we cut off that sexual impulse, we reduce the suffering that accompanies that sexual impulse.
Yeah, I mean, I think there's a lot of religious examples of full cells. Which, honestly, if that's your jam, go for it.
Yeah, like priests are vol cells.
Yeah.
Well,
supposedly.
Allegedly, they are vol cells.
You know who else was a musician who was a vol cell? Was Morrissey.
Really?
Yeah.
Is he still one?
I think so.
See, he strikes me as someone who'd be an incel.
No, I mean, he was a rap star or whatever. So, he, of course he could get women, but like, I think he did it not for the same reasons as Weezer, but just because of like a devotion to his art.
I do want to clarify the lead singer's name is not actually Weezer. That's not his Christian name.
George or whatever.
That's radio.
Oh, fuck.
Wow.
We're gonna get right back to it. Okay, I am sending the link over to Avgoose now. You may have noticed me getting a little emotional in that last bit. It was a bit. I wasn't actually sad about anything, thinking about anything. As normal. Felt nothing. That's totally normal during that whole period. He hasn't seen it yet, so it's going to be another couple minutes probably. They're probably doing something. I guess let's talk about the news. Thank God you guys showed up. I was trying to riff about the news. It wasn't working. I was just scrolling Twitter and just slowly realizing each and every tweet wasn't actually about the current news.
Yeah, but I think that's... Oh, goodbye.
There it goes.
I'm just grabbing my coffee.
Wait, Flounder, okay, that took you an awfully short amount of time to make that coffee.
Yeah, we thought we were going to be sitting here for several minutes.
Yeah. Do you instant coffee?
No, it's how long does it take y'all to make coffee?
I don't know. I do instant coffee, so.
Okay, I don't make coffee, so.
Oh, I mean, I have a coffee machine. I'm not doing like a full French press.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. No, it's just like a little coffee machine. I put coffee grounds in the top and water in the back, and then it gets hot somehow. It's like magic in a way. Yeah. It's just one of those things in my life I never question. It's like, There's just certain things that happen that work around me that I just would take too long to figure out how they do.
And that's fine. That's totally fine, you know.
Yeah, like watches, you know? Like, fuck does that work? Like old, normal watches? What's going on in there?
Couldn't tell you.
Some series of levers, I guess?
But see, okay, so way back when, you know, people would regard those things as like, you know, God's will, you know, magic and stuff like that. But now we just see those as like science. So, I mean, what's the difference?
That's a good point. So I should just accept that God makes the watches.
Yeah. Or that, you know, Zod or the woke mob does. It's the same difference, you know.
The woke mob makes the watches.
I told my parents what Zog meant the other day. Because we were at, like, I was getting dinner with my parents, and we got the bill, and it was like, oh, you can like pay with card, or you can like scan this QR code on the receipt and pay like online. And my dad didn't want to do that, so he was paying with the card. But I was like, yeah, good move. The Zog wants you to pay by a QR code. And then they're like, what the hell are you talking about? And I was like, the Zog, the Zionist occupied government. And they were like, oh. And like, I was clearly joking. And I was like, yeah, it's like a funny like conspiracy.
Isn't your dad like pro-Israel, Loki?
Yeah, actually my dad is pretty pro. I cannot make a joke about Israel and Palestine without my dad like being like, yeah, well, you know, it's Israel's land or something like that. You know, like well, actually, you know, the Palestinians are doing worse. You know, like whatever, like, whatever, dude. And it was like, I don't really want to discuss this with you, Dad. I'm just making it funny, you know.
Why does your dad have an opinion?
I don't know. As far as I'm aware, he's not Jewish.
I've never met a human with like a serious opinion on that conflict. I guess I have, but.
Oh, I definitely have.
I guess now that I think of it, but I know a lot of Jewish people who aren't even all that pro-Israel, now that I think about it. I have 2 friends on Birthright right now.
Yeah.
I really do.
Yeah, no, I believe you. Birthright's like cool or whatever.
It's like a free trip, like.
Fuck it.
Sure.
Yeah, go see your like ancestral homeland. Like, why not? No, but my dad is like a very opinionated guy in general. Like if you ask him about some topic, mainly political, he will have like something to say about it. Like there's not many things that he's kind of just, like apathetic about. So like it doesn't surprise me that he has an opinion on Israel, but I think he's just like, there's some small part of his brain that is like afraid that like college is going to turn me into a, you know, leftist. And that's not the same. My dad isn't like a crazy like alt-right person or anything, but he's definitely like right of center. And so he is, you know, and so when I like make a joke, like I guess, you know, a joke critical of things on the right, you know, he can't really take the joke, and he like really wants to make sure that it's like, oh, you know, yeah, he gets really concerned that I'm a big lefty now, which, I mean, I'm definitely a bigger lefty than he is by like a long shot, but I wouldn't call myself like I didn't vote for Joe Biden or anything.
You're wearing a fucking Wayne Coyne t-shirt right now.
Here's the fun fact. I went to see the Flaming Lips both times with my dad.
Really?
My dad has the music taste of like some like retarded like commie like weirdo.
I mean, it's funny. I mean, they were popular in the 90s. That's 30 years ago. Makes perfect sense for your dad was listening to them then, you know?
Yeah.
I mean, it's like the fucking idiots in Congress on the right who are like, Rage Against the Machine has gone woke.
It's like, yeah, no shit.
Yeah, like they kind of always have been.
Yeah, no, but like, yeah, my dad's like into like the Flaming Lips, like the Grateful Dead, like Bob Dylan, shit like that.
I know you go to a Grateful Dead concert these days, it probably looks like a goddamn MAGA rally out there, you know? I mean, with how old most of their fans are.
Are they still touring? I have no idea. I assume most of them are dead.
It's Dead and Company now. I mean, they were always dead, but it's Dead and Company now.
Gotcha. Oh, he's also a big Roger Waters like, well, he's like a big like Pink Floyd / Roger. I think I know he has seen Roger Waters at least once, like live, and Roger Waters is like the most like annoying like celebrity, you know, leftist you've ever fucking seen in your life. He was like live in Prague, and he like had this whole segment in his show where he was like, oh, go tell your, you know, if you ever see your president or prime minister, I don't know what you've got here, but when you see the leaders, you know, go tap them on the shoulder and say the people want human rights and shit like that. And he also had to read he also read a statement on stage in front of thousands of people about how he was not anti-Semitic and he loves Jewish people, but he's just like really pro-Palestine. And it's like, if you have to like clarify that, like, I don't know, dude.
No, he got in trouble recently for dressing up like a Nazi.
He did, yes. That was also part of the concert.
But that was like a performance.
It was a performance. It was like, I don't remember what the song was because I don't know Roger Waters. I was like watched it and I was like, oh,
I think it was The Wall. I think it was The Wall, like the song called The Wall.
I think it was.
No, was it? Because I know he did The Wall part, or Another Brick in the Wall part 1, like at the beginning of the concert, and it was normal. But like during the second half of the concert, he like came out, yes, in like, you know, pseudo-Nazi uniform. Like, it wasn't like actually Nazi, but it was like, you know, like he had the red armband with like the black symbol, and it was like some like made up, you know, government. But, you know, he's clearly supposed to be a Nazi. And I don't remember what the song was, but then it was like just for the one song, he was like pretending to be like the dictator of, you know, whatever evil country that's supposed to be happening in the narrative of like the song. And then he took it down.
But it's like, people were like getting offended about that, but it's like, obviously, like he was like playing like a performance part. Like, it was like, do you not like understand what performances are? You know,
no, like, everybody's so stupid these days. There's like, I don't even think it's people's fault. Like, there's just too much stuff on social media. You can't parse it all.
That's true.
I guess so. Yeah.
You just like see it, and then you have to like have an opinion on it for some reason.
It's an opinion, yeah.
But I feel like media literacy has like gone, or like just like the ability to like understand or like process art has really like it's like the, I don't know, it's just such simple things. As I remember seeing like when Rihanna did her like Super Bowl performance, and like there's a point in the performance where she like kind of turns to the side and like is rubbing her belly like to indicate, oh, I'm having another kid. It's like her pregnancy announcement or whatever, because celebrities have to do that now. People on like online were like doubting that she was pregnant, and they're like, oh wait, what? Like, is that actually what it means? It's like, yeah, fucking yes, that's what it means. Like, come on, like, you know
this.
Afraid
to say that she's just like, you know, she's not pregnant, she's just fat.
No, I thought she was saying that she had something delicious to eat and was like patting her tummy like a.
I had the best, you know, crab rangoon before this performance, and it's really settling in my tummy right now. I all need to know that.
That's what I thought that was about. Damn, did she have a kid yet? She must have.
I believe she had the one kid with like A$AP Rocky, and then that was like pregnancy announcement for the second one.
Yeah.
I don't know if she's had that kid yet. I don't really care.
Was that this Super Bowl?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Oh, I don't remember that at all. I don't watch the Super Bowl halftime shows.
If it's someone I know, like someone whose music that I more or less know, I'll watch it like once.
Yeah, no, that makes sense. I can't pick up on that type of stuff. I probably would have seen it and thought she was just had an upset stomach or something.
She's like, just rough around. She's like, oh, her costume is like, something's wrong with her costume.
Like, oh, I'm just bloated right now, guys.
like my bad, sorry.
You know, I had too many crab rangoons, and now I'm bloated.
Yeah, I mean, like a big old fat guy finishing a bunch of food at a buffet and beating his belly like a gong. You don't see that as much anymore these days, you know?
Not Wendy, I guess.
Yeah, it's kind of fallen off lately.
No, I hate when celebrities like post photos of their children, or like, you know, like show their children online or whatever. It's like, oh my god. Like, you know, a pregnancy announcement, like, okay, that's fine. But like, I don't know. Like, they've got to protect children from, like, the public. It's just insane. I don't know.
Well, a lot of those children go on to have very successful careers propelled by their parents, you know?
Well,
Let's look at Jaden Smith.
Yeah, I suppose. But, like, still, the whole Nepo baby thing is, like, it's gotta psychologically mess with you.
No, I mean, Jaden Smith seems like he's doing great.
No, I mean, I actually think... Wait, what's the deal with him? I don't know.
Well, he's like Will Smith's son, and so he like just basically got like, you know, record deals and like acting gigs like through that. I don't know.
Oh.
Like,
but he just says kind of crazy shit online sometimes.
Yeah, you know, but like the thing with Nepo babies is like they're always gonna be compared to their parent. I just saw Hannibal Buress last night do a show, and he was talking about like, he's talking about like famous people's kids, and he was saying how like, you know, like LeBron's son, who is unfortunately also named LeBron James Jr., how he's like, you know, he's like, I don't know, he's like 17 or something like that, like playing like high school basketball, and like fucking, you know, ESPN is like covering it and like comparing his like vertical to like LeBron's vertical, like the, you know, LeBron Senior's vertical when he was 17. And it was like, I fucking can't imagine.
Bronny is kind of nice with it though.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, he's pretty good for a high schooler.
Do you watch his high school like basketball matches or whatever?
No, I just know what people say. He's predicted to go like, well, the story with him, I don't know if y'all care about basketball at all. I do.
I do a little bit, yeah.
Is LeBron's always
watching it.
Yeah. So LeBron's always said like, I want to be the first basketball player to play on the same team as his son. So everybody thinks that whichever team drafts Bronny, LeBron's going to go to after. So he's probably going to go really high in the draft, but he's still like a top 50 prospect for high schoolers. So he's not bad.
Well, good for him.
Yeah. I mean, LeBron's kind of an amazing athlete in his own right. I don't know if you guys have ever like seen pictures of him or whatever. You know what LeBron looks like.
I mean, I know what LeBron Senior looks like, but LeBron Junior, I have no idea.
Well, LeBron Junior goes by Bronny. If I were talking to him, yeah, Bronny.
Bronny, more like.
Good one.
I don't know.
Wow, good one.
Okay, everyone just left me out to dry. It's terrible. Left me hanging.
Wait, no, let her cook. Give her another second.
I was thinking like you know, like bronies, like, you know, like My Little Pony. Is thinking something with like brony, you know.
Bronny James is a fucking brony. I love it.
Can we talk about bronies? Because like pedophiles. That's what they are, right? Pedophiles.
No, they're not pedophiles.
Are you a brony?
No, I'm not a brony.
It sounds like a fire.
I'm talking about. I'm not brony. They just like the show. What's wrong with liking a kids show?
No, it's like, didn't like at a certain point the show, like, producers began to make it for adult men?
I don't think so. I think
not really. They started including like Easter eggs and references for the adult men. So there was like a character who was invented by the brony community who got added to the show later. Like stuff like that. I might be bastardizing that history a little bit. No offense to any bronies listening, but that's kind of hard.
If you're a brony, you're a fucking weirdo.
No, one of our like friends kind of, or like,
I wouldn't call him my friend anymore.
A person in a certain Madison scene that we know, he like was like, he's like into like brony like EDM hyper pop.
I don't understand it. I don't understand why it's connected. I don't know why this it's like this genre of music. I don't know why it's connected to My Little Pony, but it is. No, and he's like a big fan.
Yeah, well,
it would make perfect sense if you watch the show.
Well, and he's also a sex criminal. So like,
oh no, what did he do?
He just like assaulted some girl while she was drunk and like tried to force himself on her.
Oh, that's fucked up.
Your standard like, you know, college creep stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, so like, oh, big surprise, a fucking brony like is a predator. I'm like, whoa.
It's like, yeah.
Should have seen that one coming.
No, and before like all that stuff came out about him, like, I don't know, it's just kind of like I thought he was like joking about the whole like brony band. I thought it was just like a bit. Yeah.
the whole brony thing like in front of him because I thought he was like joke. I thought he like only was like listening to it like in an ironic way, like haha, this is so. And then he was like a little pissed. He was like, no, like this actually I'm into this. And I bit my tongue. I didn't say anything, but I was like, that's weird. And then well, here we are. A couple months ago, found out that he's just a bad person. So that's fun.
Yeah, it's always nice when you know somebody's weird and later they turn out to be bad. Also.
Oh,
I knew it.
My weirdo radar is like typically like exactly spot on. I've only been wrong maybe once, for sure once, and maybe I don't know. I'm typically like when I meet like a man or like someone we know, and I'm like he kind of weirds me out. Like I feel like he's kind of a creep. I'm unfortunately proven right at some point. So it's kind of fun.
I'm like the opposite. I see normal people, and I'm like, that's a fucking weird guy right there.
Yeah,
and then like,
he adopts puppies and like, gives 90% of his money to charity.
And I'm like, he's putting on an act. He's hiding something. Meanwhile, I see like the weirdest dude ever, and I'm like, this is my fucking soul brother right here. all my heroes are cornballs, if you know what I mean.
I know exactly what you mean. I appreciate that reference.
No, I don't know. I tend to like weird people more, to be honest.
Well, there's like fun weird, right? There's like dork, some dork. You know what I mean? There's like normal weird and like creep weird.
Who are you talking about with the dork comment?
I don't know. There's people.
And,
It's you. You're a weirdo. I think you're strange and off-putting. No, I don't know. Like. You can like meet people that are like, like someone's like weird, as in like they're a little socially awkward, you know what I mean? They're like, or they're like, yeah, they got some like, fun little quirks, but it's like, okay, overall, it's like a cool.
Yeah.
Like a decent person deep down. Like,
yeah, but then there's like weirdos who are just bad people.
Mm-hmm.
Like they're weird not because they're like, oh, just a shy, lovable nerd. But they're weirdos because, like, there's something deeply wrong with them.
Yeah, you have weirdos who are bad people, like Ed Gein, right? Like skinning people. He's the guy who like made like lampshades out of human flesh and stuff.
Oh my lord!
Or like Jeffrey Dahmer. That guy always weirded me out, even before the murder stuff came up. Honestly.
You're like, hey, this guy, like, I don't vibe with him. Like,
yeah, no, even before that shit came out, I was like, yeah, there's something up about this Dahmer fellow. Or like, but then you have weird people who are good people, like Ted Kaczynski. They
heart of gold.
Yeah,
they've got like a code of ethics.
Yeah, I like Ted Kaczynski. Because he's dead now, but whatever.
Well, there's also normal people who are like deep down a terrible person,
Oh, sure, and that's kind of the worst kind. That was the one time I was wrong about someone. I was like, oh, he's a cool guy. Guy turned out to be a violent rapist.
Oh, no.
Oops, missed that one.
Damn.
Fuck.
Where's Johnny? There should be like a cool or weird, normal, good, bad, like axes, and you place people on there. But where does Johnny Depp land on there?
I thought you were gonna say.
Ooh.
Did he? Okay, wait. I'm confused about the Johnny Depp thing, right? It's because so my understanding is that Amber Heard was like, oh, Johnny Depp like abused me and whatever, right? And then he got like canceled and like he didn't get hired for movies, blah 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 blah. Fine, whatever. And then my understanding was that he did like a defamation lawsuit against her and was like, no, actually, you're lying about like me abusing you or whatever. Like that's all fake. And then like the jury found that like he was right, and then she was lying about like a lot of like the abuse stuff or something. Do I have that right?
I don't know if she was lying as much as she was leaving out a lot of context, because she was also very toxic in the relationship. That was kind of the story.
I'm hearing things about like her like throwing things at him and like shitting in his bed or some or like trying to bite his fingers off or something. There's like I remember hearing about that and how like she like was also abusive towards him.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, does that mean like was she lying about like did he actually do anything in the end?
I think he did do stuff too.
Okay.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, I think he's kind of like a drug addict, alcoholic.
Sure.
Which nothing wrong with that. If there's any drug addict, alcoholics listening.
I mean, yeah, not every drug addict, alcoholic is like as a domestic abuser.
Yeah, some of them are great guys. If there's any ladies listening.
I don't think women listen to this podcast.
Wait, whatever happened to the Flounder Meet a Fan?
Have we hit 100 views on any of the?
Oh, the Flounder Fuck a Fan contest?
Let's find out. I mean, they're also.
I know we're 2 episodes behind. I need to get on that. I'm sorry.
There's 2 in the chamber that could, be the big break.
Oh, this episode 1's close, actually.
Wait, which one?
The first one is 92.
Hell yeah!
That's the one where it's just us 3. I guess it's the only other episode where it's just us 3, right?
Yeah, this is the first episode since episode 1 where it's been just us 3. And I think, honestly, we've gotten like a good rhythm going since episode 1 where like, it flows very well compared to the first episode.
I mean, we have a good rapport, so it's honestly kind of almost easier than having a guest sometimes.
I get that. Yeah, sometimes sometimes it can flow really well, and sometimes it can be a little awkward, but it's whatever. Having guests is fun regardless.
Your friend was really funny.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun.
That was my favorite episode so far, I think.
How much did you have to censor?
Oh, it's bad, man.
Are you still working on it?
Yeah, I'm still working on it. I will get it up soon, I promise.
I'm so excited to hear, like, oh, you should tell us about that. And be like, okay, well, what happened was, beep. And then, like, we probably shouldn't talk about it, but beep. Oh, censor that, I'm looking, that'll be like the one time that, like, I actually listen to our podcast. like besides when I have to, like, go back and censor things.
Well, the whole last act where it's just me and him talking, that's all censored out. It's all cut out.
I want to hear. Keep the censoring as minimal as you can because we left before like they were done. That's right. I'm really curious to see what you guys talk about without us.
Well, yeah, that's the other thing is the episode's like 3 hours long because we talked for another 40 minutes after you 2 left.
Let's go.
Yeah.
No, like censor as little as you can for sure.
He's an interesting guy.
Yeah, no, he's cool. I like them.
Yeah. There's a lot going on with them.
I will have to listen, even censoring, regardless, I will have to listen to that anyway, just to see, what went on afterwards. I'm curious.
Yeah.
What was I going to say? But yeah, that one's at 92, and then, I don't know, I feel like a lot of people probably listened to the first episode, and they were like, okay, well, this is fucking stupid. And they're never going to come back now.
Yeah, I mean, that's possible.
Oh, God, and I can't even tag Elka anymore.
You can tag me.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, big name all of a sudden.
Hey, shut the fuck up.
How long? When do y'all leave for? I can never remember if it's Kazakhstan or Uzbekistan.
Same difference.
Whoa.
I'm joking.
It's Kazakhstan. We're leaving. Well, we're out of here on like. I leave on the 19th. You leave on the 20th, and then we are like in DC for a few days. Then we leave for real, like both of us on the 23rd.
Oh, August.
Yeah. So we've got solid 2 more months. Well, like a month and 3 weeks.
Yeah, so we'll get like 6 more before y'all leave.
Easy.
Oh yeah.
Easy.
Sure.
Yeah. I mean, we could keep doing it after y'all leave.
Would it be crazy if we did it from Kazakhstan?
That'd be funny. I've been looking at like the time zone difference.
It's like a solid 12 hours.
Oh God, really?
So like we one of us would have to like wake up early and one of us would have to stay up late.
Well, I'm an adult. I can wake up early or stay up late. I can do whatever I want. I don't have a bedtime.
Do you have a new job now?
I do. Yeah, I start Monday.
You start Monday. This coming Monday?
Yeah.
What'd you get a job in?
I'm gonna be doing resale sales for AT&T.
Okay.
So it's gonna be terrible. It's gonna really suck.
Does it does it pay okay, or is it just gonna be like?
Yeah, I mean it's like any sales job. The pay can be really good if you do well and find the right people, or the pay can be really bad if you don't. So we have a guaranteed weekly minimum at this one of $500 a week, which is not very good, but would at least like pay my rent and stuff. So
okay.
Take care of my living expenses. But then, I mean, he said people can he said that within like 6 months, the guy I interviewed with said like within 6 months I was making like 1,300 to 1,800 most weeks. So,
Okay.
which that's pretty good. I mean, that's pretty good.
Fair enough.
Are you guys typing notes to each other?
No,
No,
I'm not. I was just going my calculator and going 500 divided by 40.
Oh yeah, no. If you think of it that way, the pay is terrible. It's like $12.50, $11 an hour, because it's a 40 to 45 hour week. So it's a long week, and it's a retail schedule. So I work 6 days a week, and I have to work on the weekends.
Damn.
But it's okay. I don't have a social life, so I don't have anything going on. I just kind of need something to distract me from myself a lot of the time.
Wait, okay. Not that I'm like in any position to give life advice, but I feel like food service jobs are good when you don't have a social life, because then you can get like instant friends that way.
That's a good point. Yeah, I've never had a food service job.
Oh, okay.
That might be a decent idea. I'm probably not going to do it.
You ever seen what's the show, The Bear?
I have not. I actually been thinking about watching that. Is it a movie or a show?
It's a show. I like watched a couple episodes and it was kind of good.
It's supposed to be really good.
But, yeah, it was some real shit.
I feel like I did watch something about like food service industry recently. I'm trying to remember what it was. Let me check my letterboxd. I'm about to just say like the stupidest shit anybody's ever heard. I don't know. I don't care. Ratatouille. That's what I'm thinking of.
You have to look that up.
Yeah.
A rat controls man movie. Oh, Ratatouille.
I mean, I don't know. There could be more than one Ratatouille style movie. Yeah, no, it's a good movie.
I like it. I haven't seen it.
Yeah, it's got some good parts.
For sure.
I'm not sure if it's all that realistic or not.
I think it could happen.
Yeah. I've been ratatouille'd before.
Yeah, I've worked in the food industry, but not in like a sit down restaurant like that. So I've never been in a restaurant kitchen. Maybe controlled by rats.
I mean, every time I like a girl, she basically like ratatouilles me, like controls all my actions and everything I do. Kind of like the rat in that movie, you know?
The whole movie was actually a metaphor.
Are you calling girls rats?
No, I didn't say that in those words.
Fair enough. Have you ever seen...
No, they're angels. They're all, every single one of them.
Yeah. Beautiful, beautiful girls can have control of my life and my bank account and my penis.
Yeah, I mean, mostly the life and bank account.
You don't want girls to have control of your penis?
They could take it. They don't usually want it. What are they gonna do with that? You know?
Poke it? I don't know. Look at it.
Subject it to experiments.
Yeah.
I didn't know they came this small. Ooh, like that.
They could get published, dude.
Yeah.
Like a new study. You know, like personally, me, like when I, like, you know, in terms of girls in my penis, I like to bring a girl home. And I just kind of like drop trowel, and I'm like, just look at it, please. Like, look at it, breathe on it, maybe. Like, you don't even have to touch it. Just look at it, please, just look at it.
Like, is there anything here? Is there any potential that you see?
Like, you don't have to fuck me. You don't have to like touch me at all. I just need someone else to look at my penis. It's been so long.
Like, is it normal? Like, is there anything wrong?
Yeah, like I can lift it up and like you can look at the balls too. Like, just please, just look at it. Like, honestly, it's all I need right now.
No, we've all been there.
Yeah, exactly. I don't know. Have you ever had this experience? Oh god.
What, of me like wanting other girls to look at my penis? Is that what you're saying?
Well, no. Wanting someone to, either having a man just ask you to, you know, he knows he'll never have sex with you, but like a man asks you to look at his genitals, or the other way around, you begging someone just to look at, you know, just look at it. You know what I mean?
I never have to beg. So there.
No, I constantly beg for sex. That's how only I get laid. Is I get a little teary eyed. I get a little weepy, you know, and like I have some sob story.
No, women like that. Yeah.
Yeah, my grandmother just not died. I need some tits in my mouth. Like,
No, yeah, yeah, no, that makes perfect sense, man. I'm with you all the way.
yeah, you
I think
know,
we need to
like-
talk about Louis C.K. I think we need to talk about him. Was it right to cancel him? I don't think it was. I'm on his side.
What did he do? He's jerked off in front of like his assistant or something.
No, just like other female comedians.
So so what was the like? He just like they was like hanging out in a room, and he's like, anyways, you know, and starts like jerking it.
I mean, he would ask if it was okay, but yeah, that was basically it.
What?
Wait, he asked them or he didn't?
He did ask them.
What did they say?
They said yes.
Oh, so they
Well-
consented, so like whatever.
I know, that's my thing. But
Yeah.
the idea is because he was a way more famous like male comic that he was like abusing his
like they
position.
couldn't say no.
Yeah,
Oh.
they didn't feel like they could say no without jeopardizing their careers.
I mean,
Huh.
okay.
I mean, I guess.
I don't know.
That's weird.
It's kind of
It's a weird position.
take a ride on any like New York like subway ever. Like I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, there's guaranteed to be some like homeless guy like pushing something up his dick hole. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like.
There's a homeless guy sounding in the train.
It happens. I was not even in New York, in Madison. I was standing at a bus stop,
Oh.
and this homeless guy comes, like, walks up, stands next to me, does not try and talk to me. I was like, okay, whatever. And then he's just drops his pants to his ankles and starts peeing in the street. It was so fun.
Where'd you want him to pee, man?
You know what? That's a good. In his pants. Yes. Just not in front of him. Not next to me. Somewhere out of sight and like out of like earshot, and I've been like, and I wouldn't have known any better.
Look, we've
Yeah.
talked about this before, August, but you gotta stop it with the kink shaming on my podcast, okay? You gotta cut out the kink shaming.
I
man.
will gladly verbally abuse anyone.
Yeah, and if that's their kink, that's fine, alright?
You know, well, maybe they should make it their kink because they better get used to it. You know what I mean? If you're into peeing next to me on State Street, you better also be into me calling you a disgusting pervert.
Maybe you had shame kink. Yeah, maybe he wanted you to.
Yeah.
Maybe you encouraged him.
I didn't actually talk to him. I just kind of just walked away, and I was like, I can just walk home or walk to the next bus stop. Like, I was like, this isn't worth it.
Yeah. No, I'd probably do the same thing. I'd probably start laughing.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I feel like if someone like was like just being a fucking weird loser in public, sometimes I think to myself like, would I like just what like would I like could I like say something? You know what I mean? Like I've definitely like yelled at customers like at work when I'm at the bar where I'm like I like maybe had a couple of drinks and I'm on buzz and I'm like, you know, I'm feeling a little bit more. I got some of that liquid courage in me to like tell someone to kill themselves because they didn't tip me. Actually, it's not true. I've told people to go fuck themselves. I have told when I'm bouncing. I have told I'll like deny some like underage kid and then he'll get pissed and I'll tell him to kill himself. But you know, like and in that scenario, like I feel okay, you know, running my mouth. But just like some crackhead who's probably like, I'm not saying he's stronger than me, but he's like, you know, on some kind of drugs. So he definitely like I could like break his arm or something and he wouldn't care. And that's me a little.
How tall are you, August?
I'm 6'3".
So you're kind of a tall guy. I'm 6'2".
Oh, dope.
Yeah,
Well, yeah,
yeah.
us big tall men, you know.
Well, I'm 6'4", so there.
That's so cool.
No, I'm
Yeah,
not.
no, I was a fucking freak.
I'm a freak of nature. I'm like 5'5" or whatever. I'm super normal actually.
That's like the most girl height there is.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
No, I would actually argue a more girl height by 4.
Okay, well, I lied. I'm actually 5'4.5".
Oh, shut the fuck up!
I
now she's like I'm 5'5", because and then I'm like actually it'd be more feminine and girly to be 5'4", and like well actually I'm 5'4". I'm like shut up.
How tall is Red Scare Dasha?
She's like, I don't know.
Damn, I really thought you'd have the answer offhand to that one.
Although I do know.
If you knew, I wouldn't be surprised.
Okay, I do know that. I don't know. Like for me, Anna always seems taller than Dasha, just because of I don't know, for whatever reason. But
Maybe
actually,
because she's taller.
No. So okay, Anna's actually kind of short apparently, and Dasha's kind of like a little taller than average.
Really?
Which is a complete reversal of what I had in my mind.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
How tall is?
I think it's. Do you know what Kibbe types are? They're like Kibbe body types.
What is her last name?
Nekrasova.
I do not know what that is.
Okay, they're like this. It's kind of like
Dasha's 5'7".
5'7".
Oh, that's pretty tall for a girl.
Anna is 5'4".
Oh.
No, okay. So Kibbe types are like they're different ways of categorizing like different body types and proportions and stuff. And so like some people's proportions just make them appear taller or shorter than they actually are. So I think that's an example of that.
Yeah, most female porn stars are very short because it makes their features appear bigger when they're shorter.
Word.
That's crazy.
Good to know.
You guys take it from there. Come on.
I don't know. I personally I would date women of whatever height, and well, typically I have to date someone in the 5'3" to 5'6" range, just because that's how women are. But I do very much enjoy when a girl I date is 5'10" or something.
I like when they're way shorter than me. It makes me look taller.
No, I mean I've dated girls that are 4'11".
Yeah, I think the shortest girl I dated was 5'1".
Okay, and it's I don't know. I guess I don't really care, but it's it can be a little awkward sometimes. Yeah, I think the tallest girl I ever dated was 5'10" or 5'11", and it was very refreshing being able to look her in the eye, and she give me a hug, and her face would just be into my chest,
Oh, that's sweet.
Yeah, it was quite fun. But other than that, just by default, women I date are just somewhere around down here, it's I won't.
Well, they don't. The viewers at home don't have a visual on you.
Like mid chest range on me. What?
Does he suddenly care that the viewers know what we're talking about?
That's true.
Let me draw a diagram for you guys.
Yeah, I think we could do this entire podcast in just sign language, or we could just text each other, and you could post audio of us tapping on our phone. We get the same exact amount of viewers.
Honestly, that might help. It'd be like an ASMR crowd drawn to it. That probably has more of an audience than whatever we're doing on here.
Yeah, if I hadn't, it's as if if I hadn't spoken out loud, oh, I'm gesturing to my chest. If I hadn't said that, someone in the comments would be at, 1 hour and 10 minutes, where was Avgust referencing? I need to know.
I hope somebody got fired for that blunder,
Yeah. Terrible production value, Do they forget that they're not on camera?
I insert a diagram in the post-edit video. Okay, the meeting ended. I didn't check if they wanted to do another segment. Okay, yeah, they do. Alright, so we're gonna do another segment in a minute here. I said 3-minute break. He said, yeah. Alright, hell yeah. So I'm going to use the bathroom real quick. I've learned how to mute my microphone, so no free piss ASMR today, but I'll be right back. Let's look up Herb Jones. He's a pretty good player. Oh, yeah. He didn't really do a ton, I guess. Cut. Well, let's see, 1 point. Wait. We actually regressed in the second season, it looks like. Oh, his minutes stayed the same. That's weird. Yeah, he overall did a little worse the second season. Huh. Interesting. Who the fuck did New Orleans play in the playoffs last year? Oh, it was the Suns? I have no memory of that series at all. Sometimes I worry that my friends Elka and Avgoose think I'm kind of weird. Right, let's get this over to them. So they should be here in a second. I hope everybody's really enjoying. I hope everybody's really enjoying this episode.
I think they are.
Yeah, it's good vibes.
I think I was actually last night. I was sitting at home, and I didn't want to be like listening to my own thoughts, so I was like playing a video game, and I was like put on a podcast. And I was like, this is crazy. Like, this is how like real podcasts are. Like, that's crazy. But I think this is the episode where like this feels like the most like a real podcast to me.
Really? Why's that? Like, what do you mean?
I don't know. It just feels a lot more natural, and like we like kind of update each other on our lives, and we like smoothly transition from topic to topic.
Yeah.
We're just generally being funny. Like, I think this might be it. But it's just funny. Yeah, like literally yesterday was like the first time I've listened to a podcast in, oh my gosh, at least 6 months.
Wow.
Besides like screening our own podcast for like objectionable material. Mm-hmm. It was weird. It was weird listening to like someone who like has a professionally produced like thing with like sponsors, and like I don't know. It was kind of funny.
No, I mean, it's funny listening to our podcast because as stupid as the premise is and how it's about absolutely nothing, it is kind of funny. Like, huh?
It's the Seinfeld of podcasts.
Yeah, I mean, maybe don't insult one of my favorite shows like that. But yeah, kind of, yeah.
It's about nothing,
Yeah.
Whatever. Like, go on.
No, I mean, it's just I don't know, I think it's kind of funny.
Yeah, I think it is. I think we'll, you can look back on this and laugh at some point in the future, like, remember that stupid fucking podcast I did?
Yeah, or like
with essentially randos you met on Twitter.
or like a future wife finds it and divorces me, like that Seems about equally as likely, but
yeah, like she's like, she's listening, like, oh my gosh, like, Flounder, and then you're like, yeah, I need my women fertile for like as little time as possible. They're desperate and they want me, and then she's like, uh-oh.
They're doing the math.
Yeah, nah, don't worry about it. I'm not worried about it.
Like this will easily be buried by like the internet, and I feel like this would have minimal effect on our digital footprints.
Yeah. It might be a bigger deal if she found my Twitter.
Wait, okay, not to like bring up past shit, but didn't that happen with one of your girlfriends? I remember you tweeting.
Yeah, that did happen.
I feel like your Twitter wasn't that bad. Like, what were you tweeting that she was
bad.
like? Really?
I remember it was bad.
I might have to take a scroll back.
No, okay, Flounder. I remember you like posting screenshots. Like text conversations with this girlfriend. It was just being a total asshole to her. It was so funny.
Yeah, that did kind of happen.
Sabotaging your relationship by like this, like for the sake of like being funny on Twitter is very femcel.
You think that's femcel? I think I relate more to the femcels than the incels.
I think yeah.
Well, I was totally over that relationship at that point, so I was just kind of doing it for laughs.
Why didn't you break up with her?
I did try to, but she started crying, and then I got bored. I figured she'd break up with me sooner or later. If I was enough of an asshole to her.
That's crazy. Okay, I have been in like a relationship for too long where it's like, okay, I probably should have broken up with you like 2 months ago. But at no point did it occur to me to be like, I need to make her break up with me.
I mean, I wasn't really trying to make her break up with me. I just wasn't very invested by that point. But she like, God, this is tough to revisit.
We don't have to if you don't want to.
Yeah, I was just kind of being a bad person. I should probably like try to improve my relationships with women somewhat.
Yeah, fuck it, we ball. You know what I mean?
Yeah, fuck it, we ball. Yeah, no, well, I was like totally at the time like total alcoholic, just like drinking all the time at that point. Which puts some pressure on relationships, as you can imagine.
Yeah, that makes sense.
It doesn't really help them.
Can't imagine it would.
Yeah, it's not really great for your relationship to be a non-functioning alcoholic. Doesn't help a ton.
I mean, being a functioning alcoholic, on the other hand.
That's just me.
You guys ever seen the movie Another Drink, Another Beer, whatever it's called?
Is it the one with Mads Mikkelsen?
Yeah.
I want to see it.
It's a really good movie. That's what it's about, basically. These like guys are kind of going through a midlife crisis, and they figure out, quote unquote, scientifically, the ideal blood alcohol level. To just like have a good time.
So they're like constantly buzzed. But...
Yeah, they're just like slightly, not slightly, but like, buzzed throughout the day. And it like improves their lives until it doesn't.
Right. Yeah.
Man.
That's deep.
Yeah, alcohol tends to improve your life until it doesn't.
That's about right.
Yeah, typically that's how it kind of goes.
Yeah, this is my my 6th day in a row, like, of having at least one drink, like, in a day.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I started on Friday and Saturday, I got, like, drunk for real. And then on Monday, I had a couple drinks at work. Tuesday, I definitely...
Yup. Tuesday,
Did we get drunk on Tuesday?
That was the vino. was the beer.
That's right. Tuesday I drank with Elka. Wednesday I had a beer. No, and also on Tuesday I had a couple beers as well as watching a movie. And then today I had like a drink, and we may go to a bar after this, if Elka will have it.
I might have to.
Yeah, I fucking knew it. She always bails.
I'd be on the grind set.
Yeah, whatever. I need to eat anyways. In the bar that I was thinking of going to serves food, so maybe I'll have a moment drink and a sandwich. There's nothing more depressing than being in a bar by yourself. I was I
can think of a few things more depressing.
That's
Being
true.
in a bar. Okay, well, I went through this like dark period in my life. But I mean, it wasn't dark at all. It was just embarrassing. Where I would like go to a bar when I was bored, and then like bring a book, and I would just like read there on like just like a weekday night, and like best vibes ever. It's so fun. Like,
oh really?
In person there because you're like book at a bar, but it's so fun.
I don't know. I think no matter what you're doing, just being in a bar alone always just like makes me sad. I was actually, besides the one beer I had on Wednesday, then after I went to see to that comedy show. I had a drink there. After the comedy show, had a drink with like a couple of my friends, and then like they like left fairly quickly. And I was kind of just like sitting there like finishing my drink, and I was like, this sucks. Like,
it's funny, when I visited Ireland, they have like a real culture there of like going to the bar or the pub for a couple drinks after work, like pretty much every day, but they don't have like the binge drinking culture we have here where you just get like pissed.
Yeah, I could get behind that, like having a couple of drinks after work.
Yeah. I feel like it's more of a sense of community. Like everyone talk with each other, everyone knows each other.
Yeah, you have like your spot, and everybody there. They're like pretty safe and everything. I don't know.
Yeah. So, oh well. I don't know what I'm going to do tonight then. If you're not going to watch the bar.
I'm sorry. I have to work tomorrow.
What? Oh, I have nothing going on tomorrow, actually.
Actually, I know what you have going on tomorrow.
I'm hanging out with you.
Margarita madness.
Yeah. So we are drinking tomorrow. No, I have to pick up new glasses from the eyeglass store, and then I have to go drink with you, and then I have to go to work. This whatever the fuck that Alka is taking me to, and I think it ends at 7 and is alcohol involved. I work at 8, so it's gonna be really fun.
It's like a tequila tasting or something, but like I don't like tequila. So.
Yeah, that'd be fun though.
Well, it's whatever.
Dude, I went to go get new glasses, I guess, like 2 days ago. It was the 27th, so it's 2 days. That stuff's a bitch, man. I hate the eye doctor. Not new glasses. I got new contacts.
Oh. Did they have to like do the whole like rigmarole and everything?
No, I already had my exam like a couple months ago, so they didn't have to do it again. But they did like do a quick check of my eyes to make sure nothing was wrong with them. Yeah, it's a bitch. And then they tell me the price at the end, and I swear to God, I think he told me the price, and I let out like an audible groan. And I was like, well, I kind of need glasses. I don't want to pay that amount for them. But I have to, I guess. So.
Well, I thought they're trying to like swindle me a little bit when I was, because I similarly had my like actual eye exam like a few weeks ago, and then my prescription changed like a little bit, but like not a ton. And they were like, "Oh, but you should get new glasses anyways." And I was like, "Really? Should I really?" And then so like I went home, and then I was like, "Well, I am like leaving the country for the next like year. So I should probably get a new pair of glasses, and I'll like use this pair that I'm wearing now as like an old pair." And so I did end up ordering a new pair of glasses, and they are in now, so I'm getting them tomorrow. But yeah, no, it's so expensive.
Yeah.
And I really understand why some people just like get a pair of glasses for like, and then stick with that prescription for the next 5 years or whatever. And I guess like when you're like a full-grown adult, your eyes stop changing as much, so like it's probably okay.
Yeah, they bumped up my prescription for the first time since I was like 18 or 19. which is fine. I mean, it's cool, but yeah, I don't know. I didn't have a pair of glasses before, and that sucked because I ran out of contacts. So I don't know if we did an episode of The Pond during this, but I like couldn't see fucking anything for like a straight week because my prescription's 2400, so I'm fucking blind without any corrective eyesight. Like I would die in nature without something to correct my eyesight. But yeah, but eventually, no, it sucked. I couldn't see anything, so I couldn't drive. So I had to like take the train up to the nearest stop near this glasses shop, and then I had to walk there. It was like a 30-minute walk, and then they took my eye measurements and everything, and then they told me my new prescription. They're like, okay, your new contact/eyeglasses will be in 2 to 3 weeks. I was like, wait, what the fuck? I need them now. I can't see anything. But then my mom mailed me a pair of contacts, so I was able to work it out. Yeah, that was a terrible day. It took like 3 hours to go to the eye doctor. We do have a few more topics to get through. NoFap. How do we? Well, I guess we already kind of covered that.
We kind of covered that already. I'm not like explicitly like I cannot masturbate. I just don't really like it anymore. So I don't do it that often.
Why don't you cut it out entirely?
I mean, I guess I could, but again, it's like, yeah, I don't really care either way. Like, I'm just kind of sick of it, so like, I'm kind of not masturbating that much by default.
Yeah.
And like, yeah, I guess I could make a conscious effort to like never jerk off, but I don't know. It's not like that important to me.
Right, that makes sense.
Yeah. I don't know. What about you? What if you? I guess like the only way that it's like beneficial, I guess, is that if you're trying to like beat a porn addiction.
Yeah, or I mean, people say that it makes you more likely to like go out there and like talk to women, because like you can't jerk off to satisfy your sexual urges.
I guess I wouldn't say jerking off satisfies my sexual urges though.
Oh really?
Yeah,
that's pretty much all I got, man.
That sounds like a you problem.
No, it is a me problem. I don't know. I mean, I don't think... the real question there is, like, do women want to talk to me? And I think the answer is no.
You never know until you try.
Yeah, the thing is, how do you know that?
Yeah, how do you... What, you think you know what women think? You think
big woman expert over here.
Yeah, resident women expert.
Fuck, I was being misogynistic again. I need to stop doing this.
Yeah, you fucking bigot. Women do want to talk to you.
That's my thing about like taking women on dates. Like whenever I do that, I always pay. Like no matter what. I don't care if she makes way more money than me. I always pay. And that's for me. It's because like, wow, you just had to listen to me talk for like an hour. That sucks.
I get that.
At least you can get some free food out of it.
Yeah, No, there's been a couple times where like I've gone for like a coffee date or whatever, as like a first date, and then like she gets there before me, and then so she just like gets herself whatever.
I feel like that's like normal.
I think that's very normal.
Like,
that's very but like there's a couple times where like I'll pay for like the first like date or 3, and then eventually she's like, oh no, like I'll get myself or whatever. I used to and there's for the past at least 2 women that I've like dated for any like significant amount of time have like after like a couple weeks start like insisting on paying for me, which is kind of fun.
That's kind of sweet, yeah. I guess now that I say that, my college girlfriend and I did eventually agree to start splitting bills because I think she just felt bad.
Yeah, that's fair enough. I think, and once if you like are in a long term enough, like, like relationship with someone, after a certain point, you're like, okay, well, let's like split everything or whatever.
Yeah, like otherwise it just like adds up, right? It's kind of like.
Yeah.
No, that should add up fast.
Oh yeah, and like occasionally, you buy each other like, oh, I'll buy you whatever the fuck as like a little treat, but like I feel like it's a kind of a normal progression to go from like, oh, one person paying for everything, and then like being like, oh, who's paying, and to just be like the standard is just like splitting and stuff.
Yeah, it's like what do they call it when you split? Going Dutch.
Going Dutch, yeah.
And I guess that's.
But the Dutch are like notoriously like well, I'm gonna say thrifty.
Oh, I thought the joke was that they all have bad dates.
Oh,
That is just a whole country of people going on bad dates and splitting the bill.
I'm Dutch, and I've never had a bad day in my life. So
Wait, okay. In the Netherlands, you know what they call going Dutch? Like, they'll go on a date and they'll split the bill. Do you know what they call that?
What?
is this a joke, or are you actually asking?
You've told me this joke before.
I have. Well, go on, but
They call it being normal.
I have no recollection of ever telling her that joke.
Was that you or was that someone else?
I'll take credit for it.
I swear to God, that was
I'll
you.
take credit for it.
I've heard that like multiple
It's
times.
probably
from the same
it was
person.
probably me or Max, like the two Dutch people that you know.
Maybe it was Zach.
Oh, it could be.
I don't know. Anyway. No,
I'll take credit for that one.
My whole take on the whole, date, who pays whatever thing. I feel like, whatever, if the guy wants to pay, like, sure, like, I think it's a nice gesture. I just think, like, it's really cringe when women, like, say that they, like, only want to go on a date just to get free food or whatever. That's just, so weird to me. It's like, what are you doing?
Or, like, women who, like, assume that you're paying for them.
Yeah, but, like, that's just, like, embarrassing.
Yeah, like if you're going into a date, like, expecting, like, a man to, like, buy you everything or whatever, that's kind of annoying.
Yeah. Like, it's nice when the guy pays. Like, I think it's, like, romantic and stuff. But it's, like, you shouldn't, like, go in there expecting.
It's like, I mean, it is a little bit of a game, right? Because I think I feel like both of you kind of go into the date kind of being like, okay, the guy's probably going to pay. But so you have to kind of play a little game where like she gets out her wallet and you're like, no, I got it, and she's like, oh, are you sure? And you're like, no, I got it, and she's like, oh, thank you, and it's like, all right, whatever, like the charade is over, you know what I mean? but at that point it's like, okay, fine. But if I don't think it's ever happened to me, but if I was to like go to like pay her for both of us, and she doesn't like say anything, and she doesn't like, she doesn't pull out her card and be like, oh, what? Then it's like, all right,
that's
like come on now.
Yeah.
No, I remember my last girlfriend. She lived up in Boston, so we were long distance, right? And I remember flying up to see her one time. Normal ticket price or whatever. And then we went out on not a ton, but like 2 or 3 like lunch or dinner dates. And each time she would just kind of look at me while I paid. And I thought that was just really odd. It's like, well, I paid to fly up here. I mean, you could at least offer to pay. Like, I didn't care. I was making good money at the time. But, like, I still thought it was just very odd, kind of.
well, I get that.
It's like a lack of, like, awareness. Like.
Yeah. Or just, like, I don't know. I almost felt like she was saying, like, you're lucky that I even, like, am allowing you to do this or something. Like,
Really?
Yeah, that's how I kind of felt. And maybe, Boston's kind of like a standoffish culture. I don't know if y'all have ever visited. So maybe that's just how it is up there.
That's weird.
No, I thought it was very strange. It didn't really bother me. Like, it's not like why I broke up with her. She ended up breaking up with me because I kept posting screenshots of us on Twitter.
No, I need to go on your Twitter and like go through and like just double check.
You gotta.
No, I deleted all those. She called me crying. Yeah. So the breakup conversation lasted about 15 seconds. I picked up the phone. I was like, "Hey, what's up?" She's like, "I found your Twitter. We're done." And I was like, "Oh, okay." She's like, "Yep, so we're done," and just hung up. That's how she broke up with me.
Damn.
And then maybe a week later, she calls me crying, and she's like, "Will you please delete the screenshots of us on Twitter?" Because she reported my Twitter for like suicidal tendencies. Because she didn't know what to do. But she didn't realize that her Twitter account she was reporting me off of was linked somehow to her dad's email. So all the emails were getting sent to her dad. So her dad was getting all these emails linking directly to my Twitter where I had posted all these screenshots of me and Julia talking. I shouldn't have said her name. But her dad was getting all those, and she's like, "My dad is getting all these screenshots, and some of them you're really mean to me, and I look so pathetic, and I don't want my dad to see that." I was like, "Okay, I'll delete them."
Whoa, that's awesome.
Yeah. I wonder. I mean, my Twitter is still the same. I wonder if she ever still checks it.
I mean, probably.
She could be listening to this right now.
What if?
In the future, I mean.
Yeah. No, what if? Yeah, wouldn't it be so crazy if like your ex is like actively like, I don't know what I would do if like, or I wouldn't do anything, but sometimes it'd be kind of funny if like I found out that like one of my ex-girlfriends is like listening to the Flounder podcast, or like or like I don't know, like looking at my Twitter or something, and it's like, and not that I'm like disparaging, I don't think I'm disparaging any of my ex-girlfriends on this podcast, but it's still kind of it's weird to like think of that as a possibility. I don't think any of my ex-girlfriends care about me enough to I truly don't think I'm important to any of them anymore, so I don't think they would, but it'd be kind of crazy if they did.
Yeah, no, it's a good question. It's a good thought.
Yeah. Oh well. Do you know Be Real?
Yeah, I do know Be Real.
Yeah, it sends you like little, like it tells you if someone screenshots your Be Real.
Oh.
And just yesterday, it told me that like my recent ex-girlfriend like screenshotted my Be Real. And
oh my god!
And I was like, I don't know what to do about this. Like I don't like.
She wants you so bad.
Did you ask her why?
No, fuck that.
That would give me a panic attack.
I'm way too proud to text my recent ex-girlfriend and be like, why'd you screenshot my Be Real? Like, what am I, 15?
I don't know, it's a weird thing
No,
to do.
if she wants me so bad, then she can just like text me like a grown-up.
Was it like a photo of like interest, or was
this is what it was. It was like truly nothing interesting.
Photo.
It was, I don't know if you can see, it was like...
That's our friend Brayden.
Yeah, I was at a comedy show, and it was just like this. It was like truly nothing interesting.
For the viewers at home, it's Avgust and a very strange-looking man. I'm just kidding, Brayden. If you come on the podcast, I was just joking.
It's really interesting physiognomy.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I saw that, and I was like, huh, like... Oh, okay. Like I don't really care to play any games. So yeah, if she wants to talk to me so bad, then she should just call me.
Hey, if you're listening, text
me.
me.
Text me.
Like seriously.
Yeah, like please call me. No, but like I don't hate her or anything. So like if she wanted to talk, I guess I would. But yeah, no, like screenshot my Be Real. It's like, okay, well, whatever.
Yeah, no, that's cool. Do you both use Be Real? I've never used it.
I do.
Yeah.
Is it
it's
hip these days?
hip.
It's hip.
Yeah,
It's kind of
what
like
the kids are doing. It's fun.
It's
I don't
like
know.
hipster Snapchat kind of.
Yeah, it's a good way, that's a good way of putting it. Yeah, it's fine. It's like it's not that. It, like on one hand, it's like it feels like government tracking or whatever, but on the other hand, like I can see what my friends are up to. So, big trade-off, right?
Yeah, no one in my age uses Snapchat anymore. I don't know what social media they're on.
No one our age uses. Well,
some people do.
Some people do. I would say
like,
it's actually a pretty even split.
Yeah, even split, but it's definitely a cultural divide.
Yeah.
I think you can really tell.
I have Snapchat on my phone still. I Snapchat like one guy, like what my friend Lucas, who like lives in like North Carolina. Like for some reason, like he's the only person I ever Snapchat, and it's not like every day or anything. Like occasionally, like I'll Snapchat him. Like we usually keep each other appraised of like when we're drinking, like how many. Like we'll send we'll send a photo of like each drink and be like drink 1, drink 2, drink 3. That's kind of fun.
Oh, that's fun.
Yeah, it's cute, But and like I guess I have it for like a couple like group chats for like classes or whatever.
Yeah, I have a group chat in Snapchat that's kind of active.
Yeah.
That's how I knew 2 of my friends were on Birthright right now.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so like for that it's like fine, but I would never Snapchat someone as like a primary form of communication. Like I would have done that in like high school or like freshman year of college, but at this point it's like just text me, dude. Like texting is just better in every way.
Yeah, that's what Facebook Messenger is for. Literally bring back Facebook Messenger. How do y'all plan to stay in touch with people in Kazakhstan? WhatsApp?
Yeah, WhatsApp, Instagram.
I like WhatsApp, yeah.
Instagram, yeah. You could use Messenger, I guess.
Y'all woke on WeChat. You guys.
Wait, can you actually send me an invite to WeChat?
Did you know, Flounder, that you can it's invitation only to WeChat?
Oh, really?
So I was invited by my brother, who was invited by his ex Chinese girlfriend.
Oh.
But without her as the in, there'd be no way.
Yeah, no, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Wait, hang on, I'm gonna download it right now.
So it's just like you and a bunch of Chinese people?
Yeah, and there's all these like really fun features. Like if you shake your phone with WeChat open, it'll like connect you with like a random stranger, also shaking their phone at the same time.
That's awesome. That sounds. But they're like all Chinese, so you can't really communicate with them.
Well, actually, surprisingly, there's a lot of white guys who use it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I'm smelling what you're shitting.
Yeah.
It sounds kind of like a Kick in a way.
Ooh.
Wait,
yeah.
what is that? I've never understood what that is.
I think it's just like another messaging app, but for like middle school girls and for like 40-year-old men. Can't imagine why.
Yeah, I don't really know what it is either. I've never used it, but I thought it was like some sort of anonymous messaging app.
Oh, is it anonymous? I have no idea.
I think you do have usernames and stuff, but it's like supposed to be like more chill, kind of.
Okay.
Again, I've never used it.
Yeah.
I have no desire to meet people anymore.
Like I know, 3 people, and that's kind of all you need, really.
Yeah, that's all you need. Talk to your parents every now and again, and you got 3 people.
Sure. Yeah.
You're pretty much good at that point, you know.
Totally. It's making me sign in again. I'm worried.
Uh-oh.
Maybe
the government got to you.
Yeah.
Don't you? I thought for a time you like exclusively talked to your brother over WeChat.
I did. Yeah, it was fun because it has like yeah, you can like call people on there and everything.
It's probably like encrypted and stuff, I would think.
On WeChat, I mean WeChat is almost
the
like
government,
I guarantee
like,
you.
the Chinese government spies on you.
Oh yeah, for sure.
But whatever. Like, I have nothing to hide.
That's like a terrible mindset to have about it.
No, but it's like literally, like I don't give a fuck.
I think it's kind of as a matter of principle. Like, yeah, I have nothing to hide, but
Flounder, do you want an invite to WeChat too?
you need to scan my code for WeChat.
Wait,
yes, I would like an invite to WeChat.
You sound so resigned.
Oh, wait,
yeah, I would like one. No, I think it's like it's interesting. Sometimes I think it's like Alexa's tracking me or whatever.
It says using WeChat. I don't know. You fucking figure it out.
And it's like, what valuable information could she be gaining from listening to this conversation? Like, this guy is broke as shit. Stop advertising to him. That seems like the most.
I heard a couple years ago about, I don't know where this was, but like there's like some drug bust that happened where they got the guy because he had an Alexa in his home. And he wasn't like being like, "Hey Alexa, buy cocaine." You know what I mean? It was like in his home, and like it records everything and it sends it to Amazon, and then the police are able, or whoever it was, the police, FBI, I don't know, were able to like get like a warrant for like those records and seize them, and then they like got him on tape. A wiretap that he bought, and
yeah.
Talking about his drug operation.
It says your account does not qualify for assisted registration.
Whoa.
Ask your friend to find another friend to assist with verification.
Oh, so you're too far down the chain to invite people, maybe?
Yeah, I think I am.
Alright, well, I'm not getting WeChat in that case. It's not worth it.
Sorry. This is terrible. Because they also have a lot of really fun emojis.
Just use WhatsApp.
No, WhatsApp is cool too. But, WeChat emojis are better. There's this one little guy called Little Fawn, and he's this like little boy, and he's a bunch of different like emojis. Like he's one like calling the police, and he's one where it's like a surprise. It's like,
Little Fawn, I love it. He sounds so cool.
Fawn.
Little Fawn, that's so cool.
We'll see if I can find him right now.
Oh, wait, man.
Because there he is. Or Fa, little Fa.
Little Fa. And he just does cute shit.
Let's see. This is my favorite one. You can't see that. He's calling the police.
For the viewers at home, it's a little guy calling the police.
Oh yeah, he is. He sure is calling the police.
He's like, police?
Oh, that's awesome.
That's so cool.
I saw a tweet one time, and it was like, girls will like anything as long as it's little. Like, it doesn't matter what it is as long as it's little. Like, it could be a little frog, and girls still be like,
That's true.
like, wow, it's so little, look at it. I feel like that's a little far right now. He's just like a Chinese state plant, and you're like, but he's so little.
His government name is just Fa. I just call him Little Fa for Fa.
Oh, so Little Fa is something that you've dubbed him.
Yeah, his real name's Fa.
But like no one else calls him Little Fa.
I don't know what they're doing in China. Who might have?
Well, how did you know his name was Fa in the first place?
Because it says it on this emoji.
So no one else is referring to him as Little Fa?
I'm sure he's
like
little.
if you look up Little Fa, it's not gonna come up.
He's little. Like, what else are you supposed to call him?
I don't know. Maybe he's gay. Maybe he's gay Fa.
He's a child.
Children can be gay.
No, Obvious is making good points right now. This is like our segment called Point Counterpoint. About the best adjective for Fa, the Chinese state icon for communication.
And then also there's the function where you can scan people nearby. You can see other people using WeChat nearby.
Oh, really? That's cool. Is everybody near you using it?
No.
Not me.
Oh.
Yeah. Not off boost. Let me try the shake.
Oh gosh, I think we're clearly scraping the bottom of the barrel here.
I think we should close this out. We should talk about the submarine.
Yeah.
Titan actually agreed to sponsor this podcast. Titan created the submarine. They're desperate for good publicity right now. We were the only podcast that would take them.
They're paying me to say this, but I would easily take an expedition down to the Titanic on, whatever vessel they chose to, put me on.
I think so too. We're planning a potential episode from 20,000 kilometers below the sea, actually. Huh?
Wouldn't that be crazy? If we record an episode in the bottom of the ocean, or perhaps in a plane.
We'd have to have it like immediately radio cast out though, because there's no guarantee I could get back and then upload it.
Yeah, I mean, if we got like a really safe one.
Well, yeah, like our sponsor Titan produces a lot of really safe ones. They don't talk about the ones that are perfectly safe, to be honest.
Yeah, it's like planes, right? Like every day you hear in the news about how some plane crashed, but you don't hear about the thousands of planes that are flying, are flying fine. You know what I mean? And that's the same, I bet there was at least a dozen other billionaires who also went to go to see the Titanic who survived.
And the billionaires, they bought their tickets. They knew what they were getting into.
Yeah. Did you know Chris Brown was supposed to be on that expedition?
He would have deserved it, for sure.
Sure. And then he saw it and he was like, you know what, this is probably a bad idea.
And if he saw it and thought that, bro.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Fucking Chris Brown can tell this is clearly dangerous. And then you're still like, I think I'm still safe.
And here's my thing, I don't even want to see the wreckage of the Titanic, There's a whole movie where I can see the thing in its normal form.
Yeah, I'm those documentaries with some little robots down there to look at it. What more do you need?
Oh, I was talking about the movie Titanic.
Yeah, I know, I'm saying there's various ways in which you can see the Titanic.
Oh, yeah. Why are they... that was a movie made tons of money. Why did they never make a sequel to Titanic?
That's a good question. You'd think, from a studio perspective, it'd be an easy money grab. At the very
It's
least.
called The Little Mermaid, okay? Look it up.
Is there a reference to Titanic and The Little Mermaid?
I don't know.
I mean...
That seems like a little Easter egg they'd throw in there, to be honest.
The prince that she falls in love with, his ship crashes. That's how she meets him.
Oh, and you're thinking he's a Titanic survivor?
You know what? I mean, maybe some kind of it's like a prequel, I would imagine, because I think the Little Mermaid seems to take place in an era before steamships.
Mm.
So
You don't know that. You don't know that.
He's on a sailboat. He's on a fucking old timey pirate ship.
He's just trad like that. He's just trad.
Whatever. Well, the point is that they're maybe it's like it's a cinematic universe of some kind in which it's like like some kind of anthology series. You know what I mean? Where it's not maybe like it's not the same characters. It's not just like the same things are like they're not directly connected, but like they're all thematically kind of similar, and they have like little references to each other. I like the Little Mermaid and the Titanic are the first two in a series of like shipwreck in some kind of shipwreck themed movie anthology.
No, I'm with you. I'm with you. What was the little yellow and blue guy in the Little Mermaid called?
Flounder.
That's right. I should totally know that one. All right. Well, I think that's enough for today.
That's a good note to end it on. It's a great episode.
I would say this is our best episode.
And best part is no objectionable content. I don't think we said one thing that needed to be censored.
Probably should censor my ex-girlfriend's name.
Did you say her name?
Yeah, I did briefly say it. Yeah.
All right. Well, one thing.
I might forget to do that too, though. So.
I don't think she's gonna see it, unless she is, right?
Well, and like if she is, that means that she wants you back.
Exactly.
So.
I mean, she does. She just can't really deal with the Twitter thing. Also, Julie, if you are listening, I quit drinking, so that wouldn't be a problem anymore. So just my name, look up my number.
Right.
Because you deleted it, but you can still look it up.
You can DM him on Twitter.
DM him on Twitter.
Yep. Yeah. I've been very normal on there lately.
Call him.
Call him.
All right. Thanks again to our sponsors, Titan. Everybody, thanks for watching, and we will see you next time.
Goodbye.
Bye.